Mary, are you Mary, are you here? Mary, here's my first question. I might have asked you this before, but I don't think I did specifically. I think I asked it about the fourth and the fifth dimension, but I didn't ask about the in-between area of the third and fourth dimension. So here's my question. Are there floating cities in the in-between area of the third and fourth dimensions? No. Mary, I think I might have asked you this question before, but I also think I might not have. So I'm going to ask now. Do leaders see my soul threads as well as my body? Yes. Mary, can leaders switch back and forth between seeing my soul threads and seeing my body? So do they like see one or the other and they switch back and forth as needed? Is that how it works for leaders? Yes. Mary, here's my next question. What happens if someone is in the fourth dimensional hellishness place for all of eternity? What I'm asking you is about the soulmate. Does the soulmate wait for eternity? Or do they wait eternally? No. So what happens? Do they move on? What could you give me a synopsis of what happens? M A N Y T H I N G S H A P P E N S O M E G E T A N E W M A T E. That's interesting. You wrote many things happen. Some get a new mate. So that's really interesting. That's exactly the kind of answer I was looking for. One that like gave me like new information. So thank you for that. Thank you for that answer. Mary, here's my next question. Is there anything different about astral projection and out of body experience? Is there anything different than the two between the two of those things? No. Okay, you said no. Mary, so here's my next question. Here it is. Why does cleansing, like we talked last time about cleansing, to protect from bad spirits on the Ouija board, and you said that sage works to cleanse. Why does that work? Like, what's the reason? I'm sort of asking, like, is it Is it because our belief that it works? That it works, or is there something tangible, like spirits just really don't like sage? Bad spirits don't like sage. Like why does cleansing work? I T I S A U N I V E R S A L P O W E R O N E C R E A T E S W H. No, no, I think that was an I. T H T H E C L E A N S I N G. You wrote, it is a universal power one creates with the cleansing. Okay, well, I'll just take your word for that. It's like a universal power that one creates with the cleansing. Hmm. Mary, does everyone in the fifth dimension pretty much know that the Ouija board works? No. Mary, when did you first learn that the Ouija board works? When did you learn that? 5D. You learned in 5D. So, how long were you in the fifth dimension before you learned that the Ouija board works? I am E A D I A T L Y. You wrote. It looks like you wrote immediately. Immediatly. I think that's the wrong spelling of immediately, so I'm going to ask you, did you mean immediately? That's interesting. Why do you think that you were bestowed that knowledge immediately? I W A N T E D I T. You wanted it. You wanted the knowledge. Mary, how did you know you wanted the knowledge of the Ouija board if you didn't even know the Ouija board existed before going to the fifth dimension? How did you know you wanted that knowledge? M Y, is that T H R E A D S. Your threads. So are you saying that your threads were connected to someone who did have the knowledge of the Ouija board, and that's how you is that what you're saying? Your threads were connected to someone with the knowledge of the Ouija board, and that's how the idea. Um, there, no. Then what do you mean your threads? Could you explain what you mean? T H E Y K N E W. So your threads knew. You're saying you wrote they knew. So you're saying that your threads knew before you knew. Is that true? Yes. Mary, how did your threads get to know that the Ouija board existed? E C A N T K N O W. Mary, did you just write I can't know? Yes. Okay. Mary, here's my next question. Can one connect to a live feed of third dimensional news in the fifth dimension? So I asked you last time about, you said that you could watch movies, third dimensional movies. Now I'm asking, can you connect to a live feed of third dimensional news like CNN or Fox News? Can you do that in the fifth dimension? Can you connect to that live feed? Or can beings connect to those live feeds? Yes. Wow. Thank you, Mary. Mary, here's my next question. Does a spirit get more input from a guide if they are less evolved? So the less evolved a person, do they get more input from a spirit guide? Or from a guide? No. Is it the other way around, that the more evolved a spirit is, the more input they get from a guide? No? Okay. Mary, what number from a scale of 1 to 10 is the least evolved soul that you've ever guided? 4? Did you say 4? Mary, what is the least evolved soul from a scale of 1 to 10 that you've ever seen before? Two. Mary, are there souls in the in-between area of the third and the fourth dimension who are 10s on that scale of 1 to 10? Mary, what are they doing there? Are they lost souls? No. L E A D E R S. So you're saying that leaders live in the in-between area of the third and fourth dimension? Is that what you're telling me? That leaders live there? No. T H E Y M A Y T R A V E L T H E R E. I guess what I'm asking, Mary, is I'm asking more like souls that live there. Like, are there souls that live in the in-between area of the third and fourth dimension who are 10s? No. Mary, are there souls who live there who are 9s? Yes. So is it true that you could be, out of a scale of 1 to 10, you could be evolved up to a 9, and then you can um, you can be a lost soul? Is that true? You could be a 9 and a lost soul. Is that true? Yes. That's interesting. Mary, here's my next question. What is an example of a soul path? A soul path. What's an example of that? Because you've told me that soul paths can change. What's an example of them? Of one? I C A N T S A Y. You said I can't say. So let me ask you this. How many soul paths are there? Like, if you were to categorize soul paths. How many are there, like, generically? M, A, N, Y. Many. Are there more than like 1,000? Are there more than like 1,000 soul paths? Y, E, S. Okay. So there's quite a bit. Mary, here's my next question. Is there a master that I have that is separate from myself? Is there a master that I have that is separate from myself? Yes. No. Mary, why did you answer yes and no? What do you mean by that? What do you mean yes and no? Could you explain? Why? O, U, C, A, N, C, H, O, O, S, E. I can choose? What do you mean I can choose? I can choose my master? Like I can consciously choose my master? Is that what you mean? You wrote you can choose. Is that an F or an E? E R E E W I L L. Oh, you wrote that was an F and you wrote free will. You're saying I have free will to choose my master? Yes. O R I E Y O U H A D E O N E. Or if you have one. So I might not even have a person might not even have a master. A master isn't. Are you saying that a master isn't necessary? That not everybody has a master? Is that true? A T T I M E S. At times. Okay, Mary. I think I understand. Mary, here's my next question. did I incarnate with 100% of my soul? Yes. Mary, here's my next question. When you felt Jesus' energy, what did it feel like? You told me once that you felt Jesus' energy. What did it feel like? M A R V O L O U, and then it's T. I think you were writing. Were you writing marvelous? You stopped at the T, short of going to the S, but I'll write down here that you meant marvelous. Mary, what was marvelous about it? T H R E A D S, threads. So the threads felt marvelous. Is it true that the threads felt marvelous to you? His threads felt marvelous to you? Is that true? Yes. Mary, how many threads do I give to Jesus? How many threads do I give to him now? 9, 7, 9. Wow, Mary. And how many threads does Jesus give to me? 3, 2, 2. 5. Did you say 3, 2, 2, 5? Wow, that's a lot of threads. Mary, is that a lot of threads? No. O P T E O R H I M. Mary, you wrote no, and then what was the first word you wrote? O P T E O. What was that first word you said after no? O N O T F O R H I M. You wrote not for him. You wrote no, not for him. Is that true that you wrote no, not for him? Yes. Well, I'm going to put on my next video. Mary, so is there a specific reason why he's sharing so much? Even though you said it's not a lot, that's the most threads I've ever heard of someone sharing with me before. Is there a reason why he's sharing that with me? Should I feel blessed that he's sharing that much to me? I T I S W E L L. It is well. It certainly is. That was a surprise to me. I'm going to say that I feel good with that. Mary, is the true self I grow into separate from my current self? Is the true self that I grow into separate from my current not true self? No. Mary, when one is their true self, do they find peace in nasty things like murder? No. Mary, here's my next question. In what way am I multidimensional? Can you tell me in what way I'm multidimensional? No. Why not? L E A D E R S. So are you saying that leaders won't allow you to tell me in what way I'm multidimensional? Yes. Mary, am I multidimensional? I C, I think that's an A, N T S A Y. Okay. You said I can't say. Mary, do I send mostly bad energy or good energy to souls? Do I send more mostly bad energy or good energy to souls, random souls? A M I X, a mix. Did you just write a mix? Mary, would it be to my benefit to try and send only good energy to all souls? Would it be in my best interest to send only good energy or to try and send only good energy? Yes. O N E S H O U L D S T R I V E F O R T H I S. You wrote, yes, one should strive for this. Well, I'm going to strive for that and see how I do. Mary, do I have a strong bond with Leslie? Do we have strong bonds together? Leslie's my girlfriend, my mate. Do we have strong bonds? S O M E Some. Mary, do I have a strong bond with anybody other than Leslie? Y E S F E W. Interesting. You wrote yes, few. Mary, are the chakra sounds, are they holy sounds? The chakra sounds. Long bong long yong hong om. Are those holy sounds? Yes. Mary, how do souls get strong bonds with each other? How do they get strong bonds? M A N Y W A Y S S O M E N A K E L O R E. Some make lore. Mary, did you say some make lore? You wrote many ways, and then did you write some make more? What is that supposed to be an M? Is this next to the L? Some make more. That was supposed to be an M. Mary, do I make a lot of strong bonds, or do I make only a little bit of strong bonds? F E W. I make few strong bonds. Mary, why is it that I make so few strong bonds? Y O U P I C K F Is that an E? W. I pick few. So I'm a picky person. Are you telling me I'm a picky person? No. Did you write I pick few? Mary, why do I pick few? Why do I pick few? Souls to have strong bonds with. J C A T S A Y. Did you write, Mary? Did you write I can't say again? Is that what you wrote? I can't say. Yes. But do you know the answer? Do you know the answer? Yes. Okay.